And you just listened to a young girl who was saying that the Nigerian community here is totally very angry. It covers all those aspects affecting the various regions of our nation. That was the Ijaw country of the Niger Delta of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. He went to several schools. His major academic genesis was at Government College, Ujeli. And
go gather, destroy their food. With the camp and that other camp, Songo camp.
What can you tell me about the Bangalore and the drums and all these things?
Akum has a history of so many dances recorded as folklore, but amongst which Mbalam is very prominent. Mbalam is very prominent, and for those who have seen Mbalam or listened to it, you will know that Mbalam is a very energetic dance. It makes you perspire, it makes you actually sweat up, it makes you shake your whole body, and it is being played over 30-40 minutes, sometimes 1 hour, and by the time you settle down, your whole body is really warm and you feel good. Mbalam has a set of about 4 drums. You have the main drum, and then you also have the traditional drum, which they call the gong. In Mbalam, you have 2 gongs. You have the main gong that gives the big sound, and then you have the smaller gong, which is like an accompaniment. It accompanies the main gong. It accompanies the main gong to correlate the sound, to actually give an interesting sound, which makes the people heat up and dance to the tune of the drums and the gongs.
I hear the society is a bit stratified, that there are particular dances for princes and princesses. Can you name me some of these?
Yes, in Akum you have the queen dance.
What's the name of that tradition?
The name of that queen dance, they call it Kwang. This dance comes out only when you have a funeral, and it is the dance that opens the funeral. It is the queen dance and the twin dance, because when they are coming up, there are these old women who are twin mothers in the village. They come up, they come to the arena with the peace tree, and then everybody is silent and everybody is very attentive, all ears glued to the arena to watch what is happening, because they come in very slowly and they dance very gently and very quietly, and they make a circle wherein they dance for about 25-30 minutes, and when it is time out, they take the same manner and they move out very quietly and gently.
So you think they are dancing this way because of the way they are trained in the court?
Yes, I think this dance is very peculiar and very significant to the tradition of the Akuman. It also signifies the importance that the Akuman attaches to tradition, because that dance represents the palace, the court of Akum. So when that dance comes in and goes out, it now lays groundwork to the many other dances that will stream in, amongst which you have the Maso, you have Masi, you have Maghreb, you have so many Njangs. There are more than 15 Njang groups, which you generally call Njang, but in their various quarters they have different names.
What's the meaning of Njang?
Njang is a kind of quarter meeting in which women of each quarter group themselves weekly to sit and they do small contributions, and then during funerals, these various quarter meetings, they come out when they are being invited to the funeral to display. They come out under the umbrella of their quarter meeting. So they are generally called Njangs. In some other areas, they call them the Tekambu, which we generally know in the Northwest.
I hear they also are a group that can also be a force to challenge those who are violating the rules and regulations of the Akum society. How true is this?
Yes, the Akum society is a society...
Magical powers as well?
Not magical. The Akum society, like any other society, like any other custom in the Northwest, they have a history of administration, both economic and political. And politically, the law and custom in Akum resides with the Fon, who is the custodian of that society, and it trickles down in that manner to from the nobles. From the Fon, you have the senior noble, you have the light nobility, and then you have the ordinary Akuman. So law and politics in Akum is wielded within these circles, and it trickles down right to the quarter heads, who now manage their quarters and report to either the senior noble or report to the village council.
With this kind of hierarchical structure, is it possible that democracy can be embedded in such a society, by your estimation?
Yes, it is very possible, because this society, the way Akum is managed, respects the kind of setup that Cameroon administration also has. Each quarter has a quarter council and a quarter head in Akum. And then you have other big senior nobles in Akum who overlook at the activities of the quarter heads, and they report to the quarter councils and to the village council. You have a village traditional court which sits at the palace once every month. Sometimes it might sit twice a month, depending on the necessity of each matter that comes up. If there is an emergency, the council court sits, the village, the crown court. It is called the crown court. It sits to deliberate on very pressing and serious issues affecting the lives of villagers and the court at large.
Let me ask you, what are the problems that Akum people are facing within the realms of the 21st century disposition? What can you tell me are the problems they are really facing?
I think that's a very important. That's a very interesting question. You see, Akum lies along the highway between Bamenda, Bafoussam, and Douala, and taking into consideration the fact that we are living and facing challenges of the 21st century, the ordinary Akum person wants to be a model, and in that strand of reasoning, every single Akum citizen, whether young or old, wants to meet up with the up-to-date challenges of life. They want to be computer literate. They want to have access to telephone, mobile communication. Of course, they already have electricity and water in the village, and they are struggling to develop their routes. So they have a lot of challenges, reason why they are struggling to get their children well educated. Even a few mothers or fathers who remain in the village who never had access to education, they really see the necessity to get their children educated today.
Will you greet your people in your dialect?
Okay, my opportunity we in chat number kum zabochina a Victoria enche boya enche tiko kumba Douala nga shina we neta ka onjwe mbobana ba bagatine sanzinga ama fite tushi ndonwa ba bagane live na wonga mnyuma nga mbakum na ban babo terne so mbangon mbakuma chedi ba tata kan bibi ba agunji bizu zare dietem me magame ya nga ni chitashin.
Thank you very much for talking to the African Center for Community and Development.
Generation sometimes. Today our focus will be on the style of J.P. Clark, a poet and writer, and we shall also be very interested in his poem Akbo Dancer.
Some lives are meaningful.
Some are empty.
The lives that are meaningful, with too much meaning and riches to offer humankind. Long after some of these earthly adventures and more, one can still find footprints of these great lives on the pavements of our contemporary lives.
Good evening, you're welcome to the program Green Planet.